fight the power like BITCHUTE.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Norman, my name's Lucy. I just read all your research on the human brain. We need to meet.
All of my research? Well, I'm very flattered, young lady, but I find that hard to believe. I must have written no less than
6,734 pages. I can recite them to you all by heart if you wish.
It was a cold April morning under the constellation Aries. The moon was 85% under the luminaries. From the celestial waters to the womb, my soul was carried. Then my mother gave birth to a warrior visionary. When I speak truth, I feel like nobody hears me. But every once in a while, I give sight to someone blind. Floating on the globe in a heliocentric lie. Dilate the pupils the more you open your eyes. The truth is hidden in plain sight like a disguise. Until my mother's death is revenge, I'm ruthless satisfied. It haunts me when I think about the phone call when she died. A river worth of tears shed from my eyes. I looked up at the sky and I asked God why.
Professor, my cells are reproducing at a phenomenal speed, several million per second. I'm having trouble precisely evaluating the time of my death, but I doubt it'll last more than 24 hours.
what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is that your theory is not a theory. I absorbed a large quantity of synthetic CPH4 that will allow me to use 100% of my cerebral capacity.
Is God alive, or is it something you see when you die? You only achieve stuff in life when you try. If I can let you die, what kind of God am I? In a multiverse where the souls multiply, then divide into specks of ether in the sky. This photo sent to us through photosynthesis for those sent to us. The Matrix is Morpheus, the math trick is adding up. Now we bagging up mushrooms, I can't bag enough. Bite one and you will see God come in the form of a large sum. My guard's up, fuck those who aren't tough. I got enough tough to fill a barn up. I'm armed up, my struggles come from karma. My blood come from lava, formed into a larva. Life started in our garden.
What I'm saying is that your theory is not a theory. I absorbed a large quantity of synthetic CPH4.
21 years, I'm still waiting for a reply. Since birth we've been at war. Teachers attack youth's undeveloped minds. Schools are indoctrination camps, making us dumb, deaf, and blind. I'm always thinking of solutions, we are running out of time. Their dirty witchcraft is weak, I see through all the lies. I clearly analyze all their symbols and the signs. When I connect the dots, the truth starts to align. The people are the true power, you can never eclipse my shine. I say the truth hurts, but the truth that sets you free. They say hell burns and there's a one-way ticket for me. You create your own heaven or hell, whether or not you believe. I'm God and Satan, you have to balance out that chi. One day these seeds I plant will bloom so you could be all you can be. Never give up and always hold your head high. You are God, no need to look to the sky.
What I'm saying is that your theory is not a theory. I absorbed a large quantity of synthetic CPH4 that will allow me to use 100% of my cerebral capacity. Right now I'm at 28%, and what she wrote is true. Once the brain reaches 20%, it opens up and expands the rest. There are no more obstacles. They fall away like dominoes. I'm colonizing my own brain. Professor, my cells are reproducing at a phenomenal speed, several million per second. I'm having trouble precisely evaluating the time of my death, but I doubt it'll last more than 24 hours.
What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is that your theory is not a theory. I absorbed a large quantity of synthetic CPH4 that will allow me to use 100% of my cerebral capacity. Lucy, I just read all your research on the human brain. We need to meet.
All of my research? Well, I'm very...
What's up? Basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I misspelled it again somehow. but I went and fixed it. Yo, am I tripping out? Let me see this picture. This lady looks like she got a fucking fake leg. Or am I bugging? Somebody tell me her leg does not. She was walking up to this dude and I looked at her leg and I'm like, yo. But I looked her up and I don't see her with a fake leg. That is a fake leg. Unless those are socks. I think I'm bugging. You could see from behind right there, the line. It's right above the letters. I was about to say she's like the first basketball player to play with a fake leg. Unless that's her sock. But the way it bent right where that line is when she was walking anyway. Maybe I'm tripping. But I looked her up. Her name's Chloe Kitts. Yeah, what does it say on the back of it? Kitts? Yeah, I think it's Chloe Kitts. Oh yeah, it says it right there, Chloe Kitts, yeah. Not that that's important. Finished one of my tracks today. I'm amped up, but it's just a freestyle. I was gonna play it, but I gotta tinker it a little bit. I think I had to add a few sound effects, and maybe I gotta tinker with the volume a little bit. And I'm working on another track. What's up, Mason Melt? Yeah, it won't let me go live on my second channel still. I don't know what's up. Maybe that's a goner. Maybe that channel is gone. I don't know. That channel might be a goner. Complete loss. It's alright. I'll build another one. No worries. I wonder if these pictures are truly old or are they new taken and they make it look old. I was looking at a bunch of Greek, especially this in the background on that hill. Yeah, she could be a robot. Who knows? But her leg definitely looked fake. Her leg looked all white and shit. You know, when I seen it bend, I said, oh, she got an artificial leg. is the funniest version of the Tower of Babel I've ever seen. What, my lounge channel? Yeah, that's still up, if that's what you're talking about. My second channel's still up too, but I just can't access it through StreamYard. So they must have hit me with back-to-back strikes or something. I even forget how long a strike usually is. I thought it was a week. Could be a month. Alright. Nufi. Huh. That's weird. I put, oh. Is that faceplant? Who's Nufi? That's gotta be you, faceplant. Who's Nufi? Somebody say something.
Hey.
Okay. I knew it was you. Just making sure.
I knew you knew.
Yeah, I was like, that has to be
Hey.
Cannon Dummy.
I was born in Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Hey, you know, a lot of Newfies, they cheer for the Boston Bruins.
You're doing good this year, the Bruins.
You know why? Because Boston's full of Irish, and so is Newfoundland. And it's close to Newfoundland. It's closer than Montreal.
Yeah.
So they associate Boston with Irish and Montreal with French.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that basketball player got a fucking fake leg. Because I never seen nothing like it.
Something really weird happened yesterday to me.
What happened?
I went to the store and I just bought a couple things. I went to the grocery store. I got a couple cans of coconut milk and some parsley. And when I got home, I comes in the door And I put the shit down on a chair beside the door. I took my shoes off. I walked in and I put the 2 cans of coconut milk on the counter, and I had some mail in the bag to that on the table. And did some stuff to eat. And I was looking around for that party and it disappeared. It fucking disappeared. I went out to the car about 3 times. It's like it. Can you hear me?
That's odd. Yeah, now you kind of went out for a second. That's odd that that went missing.
Really odd. I looked all over. It's still bugging me.
There's a lot of crazy shit going on.
But I've been having these really super bizarre dreams, man. Like, I quit everything. I quit weed about 3 weeks ago or a month ago. And a week ago, I quit my nicotine vaping. And I've been having these really super bizarre dreams, like one where there was some weird giants walking, coming towards me. Or I was out in a field, I was beside a fence, and there's a weird giant. He's walking along, and he's like really tall and skinny, like, and I came up to his waist. The top of my head was up to his waist, and he looked really weird, like he was disproportionate, kind of like Kevin McHale. He had really long legs and a short chest. And then there's another, and it was so vivid. And there's another giant. He's a little bit shorter, but he had really broad shoulders and asymmetrical eyes, and that was like his buddy. And it's like I could tell the tall one was like, he was a really funny motherfucker. He had like white hair and buck teeth and partially balding. And then he was like doing tricks on me. Like I was imagining I was like in a pile of cardboard boxes, and he was down laying there, and his head was off, and there was blood on his head, and his tongue came out, and it was he was licking my face with his tongue, and I'm blocking it. I knew what he was going to do before he did it, and I'm blocking it, and this big long tongue is licking all over the place. And I was seeing these birds flying, and I was saying they were T vultures, and they're birds. It's like they're flying. Man. And I had another even weirder one this morning, and I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, we definitely go somewhere else in the dream.
Yeah, but
For
yeah,
sure.
and it's like it didn't come from any TV show or anything that I can think of, and it just looked so real, like I was in some kind of real realm that was just so bizarre. But that one didn't disturb me. The one I had this morning really disturbed me. It was more like it was corny. But the one I had this morning was very disturbing, and I'm just gonna say it's.
I wonder what
like,
it could mean.
I think they might be simulations that some kind of force is making us see this stuff.
Maybe they're flashing it into your mind.
For our reaction. It's for our reaction, or to distract us, if nothing else, or just to kind of get a reaction out of this. Like some of these YouTubers, they're fishing. They have a backstory, and it might not be their story, but they're fishing for information. Really, they're putting this stuff out there to get a reaction, to try to gather more information on real stuff and intel on the people as well.
Joe Rogan has been talking lately about all the topics that are conspiracy theories, and it makes me wonder, is he running out of shit to talk about? You know, now he's going to start using the stuff that we talk about to get more views. Because that guy Eddie that goes on to his show, usually talks about stuff, and he tries to say it's all conspiracy, blah blah blah. But got me wondering. Like you said, a lot of these fucking channels all of a sudden are talking about these alleged conspiracy theories. Just a year and a half ago, actually not even that long, I would say a month ago, nobody was talking about that stuff in these bigger channels. Man. Yo, this picture I just found is crazy.
And now
it looks like... Huh?
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
And now the AI, once it's gathered all this stuff on us, the AI can actually do a deep fake on anybody, and people are having trouble with their phones. They're scooping up all the info off of people's phones, and actually I'm hearing that they're impersonating you. Like, they can impersonate you and call your friend and say a bunch of shit, and making your friend think it's you. So no doubt they could do the same thing online too. Say on a...
He blinked out.
Can be done.
Yeah, you went out. What's good with the chat? Not that many people will probably come because I went live quick. I didn't give it time to send notices and stuff. Lucifer's falling star. Lucifer likes to purr. What's today? Friday? They always show Jesus fucking suffering on a cross. All these pictures, man. They show him bleeding out, crying for his deadbeat father.
I was just listening to Jordan Maxwell, and he was saying that Lucifer is Jesus.
Yeah, he is. A lot of people are coming out saying that.
Lucifer, that Satan
is God, the real God.
In the courtroom, trying to rule against you, the accuser.
You know who's saying that a lot too now, all of a sudden? Billy Carson, or Bill Carson, whatever his name is. That black guy. He's talking that Jesus is Lucifer, or Lucifer wrote the Bible.
Oh, well, Lucifer is just not a real guy.
Who knows what's true? You know, all school does is teach you how to regurgitate and memorize. That's basically what school's good for. Just regurgitate and memorize, and you will pass. Can't get too smart off of that, can you? Alright. Enough is enough. What do we have here? Let's check the chat. See who might have come in. Oh, nobody. Son Mao, how's everything?
Distorted now. It's all stretched out and distorted.
Distraction's a big business. Yeah, distraction's a business for sure. Found a couple of these pictures of alchemy. Oh.
What's this guy brewing up?
I have no clue. If I could read it, you know, it would help. It's like, it has to do with alchemy, I know that. But what the heck's he holding in his hand? Alright, my bad. Hold on. I have to go to you. I was gonna play some video, but I'm not. Most likely not. I went live later today hoping that I can maybe catch people. What time is it? Definitely won't be catching people getting out of work, at least Eastern time or Western time. I usually go live early, but yeah. Yo. Wow. There's at least a huge delay. Alright. That's that. Huge delay when I speak. I usually don't ask for help, but I'm in a fucked up position today only. What's today? 24th? And a Friday.
Oh, it's Friday.
Yeah. TGIF.
I should put a Sports Select ticket in.
Oh, what?
In the lotteries here have sports gambling. I can put up to eight outcomes from all different sports: college, professional, European, fucking South American soccer, European soccer, anything. I can combine 8 different sports onto one ticket. But Friday's the night. Yeah, I can usually pick shit good on Friday for some reason. I'm only gonna spend $3, and my outcome will be somewhere.
People
between...
make good money on that. Can of Dummy. People make good money off of betting on sports if you know the spread. There's this guy named Simple Truth TV. He uses gematria to do his gambling, and he wins a lot of money.
Yeah, I try not to overthink it because I just use a few rules. I don't stay hard to my rules, but I have general rules. And then sometimes if just a number jumps out at me, if I see a number on the list and for some reason I focus in on that number, I'll take it. Like my ticket, a $3 bet, and my win will be between 5 and 50 grand.
Huh. Joe King said, nothing entertains me more than gambling stories. I got one, I'll tell you. I went gambling. I had no joke. I think it was $20 to my name. I had turned 21. It was about a week after my birthday. And I was with my friend, Jeff O'Neill. God bless his soul, man. He passed away. One of my best friends, man. And I was down to my last, I think it was 50 or 75 cents. I was doing I didn't have enough money to play blackjack or poker or stuff I wanted to do, so I stuck with the slots. And he's like, dude, put in your last 50 cents, fuck it. And I'm like, man, that's my last 2 quarters. I put in 1 quarter and I hit fucking jackpot, man. I went from 50 cents to $385. The fucking light was going bing, 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 bing. Quarters. This is when quarters came out of the machine. And I filled 2 buckets up. And yeah, I'll never forget that. I should have put in the second quarter. I would have won double. Fucking
luck of the Irish.
I don't know what it was, but I was down to 50 cents. I know that. So
yeah, I would sometimes win when I needed the money.
you're borging out.
No, but when I win, then I'm not say go put a whole series of tickets. I'll spend, if I win a big ticket, I'll go spend couple $100. I'll put some money back in. I'll do a whole series of pools tickets and some point spread tickets, over unders. I'll just like salvo, I call it, the shotgun. One buddy said to me, he says, yeah, everybody has their own system of losing.
This picture is odd, but I like the balance in it. It looks like those two lines are throwing up water. Got the yellow lion. Maybe the red is the sun and the purple is the moon. I don't know. What the fuck is a dragon? That picture I don't get. Damn. Face plant. Dipped out. Six globus crucifers. Invento. Cycle. Chalice. Got the cube in there. Cube of Saturn. Excuse me. Hmm. Hey, what's up, Dean? Joe King. Switching over to my Range Rover. What's up, Dean?
Hey Chuck, how are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm alright. Could be better, but whatever.
What's the topic today?
I don't know. Anything.
Anything. I see there's Ken Dummy in the chat. Who else is there?
Fuck that smoke.
Alright.
No, Ken the Dummy said he wants to smoke, but he has to resist temptation. Fuck that. I would smoke. Unless you really focus and really want to do it, don't smoke.
What's that?
You know, I don't know. Ken the Dummy said, you know, I said, fuck that smoke. And then but if he really wants to accomplish what he's doing, then definitely don't smoke. Go for a walk. It's hard to quit anything that you're used to doing. And I speak from experience for the fact that the best way to do it is to keep your mind busy, change your thoughts. It sounds, easier said than done, but it's possible because I had to learn how to do it. When I went to prison, I couldn't smoke cigarettes. That was the worst thing. Besides not having perks or weed or liquor, it didn't bother me, I ain't gonna lie, as much as the cigarettes. For some reason, I needed a cigarette every day in there. But yeah, you could do it, Faceplant.
Yeah. I mean, I've given up several times. I've stopped buying bloody smokes because of the cost of the damn things. I've grown my own tobacco, and it comes down to it, it's not exactly the nicest flavour. It's not like you can. I mean, even to grow your own, you're still going to have to find a way to flavour it. And that's a cost in itself too. Everything's a cost. Everything is a fucking cost.
Yeah, tell me about it. I budget my money and I'm broke. The last week is always the toughest for me, man. That's why I'm going to find other avenues to make money. Fuck it.
It's a bastard that we are. So like we are because of fucking money. I mean, we fucking rely on the fucking shit so much that we can't live without it.
Yeah.
It's fucking worse than fucking cigarettes, man.
That's a long time, Faceplant. Yes. Cigarettes, when I first started smoking, were $2.25 a pack. Probably a little cheaper. And my mom used to say, I remember when they were 60 cents. This is back when they were $2.50. So
yeah,
how much they went from 60 cents, probably a little cheaper when they first started. Now they're getting $15 a pack. That's how much they are here for real. And then now somebody's selling fake Newports. It says
You know what a
Newport,
25? You
but
know
they're
what a
not
25
Newports.
pack is here? A 25 pack of TaylorMates is $58.
Yeah, that's how much a carton is here. About 60, 70 bucks. Yeah.
But you can get a carton. We can only get one pack of 25s for $58.
These people put the poison out, and they even want to stop menthol cigarettes here. Like, you know, these people love toying with people. Now all of a sudden they care, you know, after they gave billions cancer.
Half the cancer comes from fucking bad diet. More than fucking cigarettes. You could have a person on a bad diet, never smoked a cigarette in their life and have cancer, right?
Well, nowadays it's the food, and none of the food should be doing that. If it had most of the ingredients like Cheerios and all these companies, I've looked the ingredients up. I know Voy wanted to argue with me, like he don't believe, I guess, that there's chemicals in foods, I guess, but remember we had that debate on the Cheerios.
Yep.
I forgot the ingredient, but I think it's the chemical version. And then that's how colon cancer is the meat too. It's not the meat that's killing people. It's the stuff.
It's the shit they put in it.
Yeah, and this information's for entertainment purposes only. You know, this is the stuff you can read on Google. If people don't believe me, they can go look it up for themselves. It's all there on Google. Well, you know,
this is the part about fucking freedom of speech that pisses me off. Because
me
here
too.
we are, we're stuck on a fucking thing that we can't talk about, we can't relate about it. Anything we relate about it has to conform with their fucking rules, right? And to me, it doesn't matter which way we fucking go. They hold our hands in irons of chain with that fucking bullshit. That's what pisses me off, Chuck, is the amount of stuff that doesn't fit community standards. Excuse me, I'm still fucking all flimmed up. Had a hell of a fucking birthday party, guys, everyone.
Your birthday?
Yeah, I had my birthday party. I'm 70 now.
Happy birthday.
Had people coming down from up north and had a bloody good birthday party. Bloody 70. Bloody hell, it's bloody unbelievable. But I can't believe the fucking world I'm living in. I really can't.
Damn, In the Groove said in '94, $1.50 cigarettes. Man, where were you buying them? They were $1 more in Connecticut. And yeah, I remember $1 gas, 99 cents. Yep. It's crazy. If my grandpa's alive right now, he'd have a heart attack. He would have a stroke. Another one. Yep. $5 a gallon, you'd be crying.
I can remember cigarettes at two shillings and sixpence. That was before dollars and cents. Well, I started smoking. I was 13. I'm still bloody smoking. I'm 70. Okay, I've got a bit of a bloody scratchy throat at the moment, but I tell you what, must be making some fucking good weed. Whew. Ray, man, this guy gave me some stuff. Whew. I tell you, that's bloody good. My buddy, his problem at the moment is all the bloody the weed buildup. Oh shit.
Man, cigarettes too. I don't think they kill you either. It's the stuff that's sprayed, you know. Like what do you need tar and all this shit for? Oh, so the bugs don't eat it. You know, like, you know, we are kind of like gullible, dumb as people, because it's wild to me, even myself. Speaking about me too, like I know cigarettes kill, but yet I still smoke them. It's crazy.
It's weird how we do that, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not dead today, so
Yeah.
I guess
I
I'll
know,
quit
it's
when I'm
weird
dead.
how we do that, isn't it? I mean, you know, it's almost like the script is the controlling factor in our mind to the point where we can even override ourselves. We've even got to the ability now, with all the script, to override ourselves. And I was thinking about this last night, really. I mean, I'm always thinking about this. You know, I don't know. It's weird. The animals and the earth, the microorganisms, they don't have to compete with each other. They just, I mean, they compete without knowing they compete with each other. We compete knowing we compete with each other. There's a big difference, you know?
Instead of working as a team, we could get so much more done. Like I brought this up before, you know, even Polish people, they would come to this country and work as a team. I've watched Polish people do it. I've watched all cultures, I don't know, you know, that will work as a team, a unit, the family. Now, this whole thing they sell you, your child has to be working at 16 years old, a child. In reality, we think we're growing up at 16, but that's just a child, man. And we're programmed to work, do all this stuff instead of enjoying. Like, people at the time are not thinking, you know, they give you all this religion to poison your mind, to lie to you. Your whole life, you're working your ass off, just burning your life away in misery. And to me, I don't give a fuck what no one says. That's not what life's about, man. I don't think we should be here slaving and fucking. The man at the top of the pyramid is living out his dreams because of your back you're breaking while you're scraping to get by. It's a fucking joke. Like, and then if you complain about it, you're not a man. Just shut the fuck up and do it. I've been there. I've done it already. And I said, you know what? Fuck that, bro. You know, I'm not gonna let no one dictate without, you know, how I see things.
And how you live your life too, Chuck. You know, like you shouldn't have to be fucking striving with a job or whatever kind of income you've got and trying to make it spread out over what you need to live your life. You know, like you budget at the end of the day, you're budgeting on a minuscule amount of money. And, you know, I mean,
I'm gonna
the
take into
thing is,
consideration what Groove said about us putting music on I forgot how he said. I'll talk to him if he comes up to make some money off the music. It's a good idea. Even if it's $1 a song, it's still extra money when people buy a song for $1. Hey. But anyway, sorry, Dean. Go ahead.
It's all right. It's all right. It's just that I always think along the lines of milling timber. If I was to and dead timber at that, you know, like timber that's already been felled or blown over, and then mill it. I mean, I would I go out and get firewood? I hadn't cut a fucking tree down in years. Fucking years. All my firewood comes from wind blow, and what some other bastard cuts down and can't be bothered cleaning up. But most of my stuff comes from wind blow, really. Or as I say, you know, other people's bloody jobs, and they can't be bothered cleaning up properly. I mean, I can go into a bloody a place where they just drop some massive trees. They take the logs away and they just leave the branches. Going to heat them up and make burn piles out of them. Just burn the shit. I mean, hell, there's enough bloody... And that's another thing. You go to a cutover. A cutover is where they mill timber. And they say, like, pines. And you see how much slash, what they call slash, is left behind. I mean, it's bloody criminal that they charge so much for firewood lots when they're leaving wood, which is called slash, out on the landscape to rot. I mean, it could easily be bought in and given to people. The amount of money that these bloody foresters are making off these logs, they could set that bloody timber up at the end of the bloody road and say, right, come and help yourself. Right? No, they won't do that bloody shit. Nothing's for free anymore. And this is the bloody problem.
Look at this real quick, Dean. You know how people hunt bears and stuff, and they wear the bear skin or the deer, and they make like jackets and stuff or whatever they make to stay warm, because, you know, it makes sense. If I was stuck in the cold, and you look at deers and bears move around like it's nothing, they're not cold, so what better than to put on their fur? But yeah, look at this jerk. He's got a... What the hell is he wearing a fish for? What is he, the fisher of men? Fucking. Oh, man.
It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, look. That's why they do this.
It is fishers of men. Right?
Yeah, fisher of men. In the Bible, it said Jesus was the fisher of men. Yeah, he went around fishing gullible people to teach his doctrine to. Yeah, that's what hustlers do. They find gullible people they can manipulate mentally, and they'll say, "Oh, I put it under my wing," or, you know, it's like grooming. It's the same thing. These people are manipulative, and they move like, you know, they say they're wise because they move like a snake. But what is a snake only wise when he attacks? You know what I mean? So only time a snake would have wisdom is learning how to attack. Other than that, what else does it do? But snakes are wise though. They'll lure you in lovely.
Yeah.
I watched a bunch of videos on this snake and these cobras and the monkey, and that's where I got my video from. But that I uploaded, the monkey. But yeah. Why do you think he wore
I
this?
think
These fish things, Dean?
I think a hungry stomach becomes you know, wise. I mean, if it's not for the hunger, the manipulation of of whatever doesn't happen. You know, it's only because of hunger. Things find ways to snaffle food. You know. I have a feeling somehow I don't know what it is. There's something about this place. There's something about this place. It's almost as if it was made to be like this. I don't know. It just and it's like everything needs something else to feed on. It's almost like it needs to be a parasitic world. I mean, even the animals themselves feed on other things. The only real thing that doesn't feed on, well, there's just nothing here that doesn't feed on something that's living.
Vultures, maybe.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's the thing they've all been alive. You know, like a bird of prey will feed on another bird. But the thing is, it's feeding even ones that eat carrion. The carrion has to have had a life to be carrion in the first place.
Right.
So, you know, I really think that everything here survives on the fact of something else having lived and died.
Well, if you look at the compost and healthy soil, it's all dead material, dead organic material. Makes life-giving, nutritious soil for
Is that
plants.
you, Joe? Is that you, Joe? Cool.
No, this is in the groove.
Homeboy's
In the
coughing
groove.
up a hairball.
Fully
it's
in the groove.
It's in the groove.
Hey, here's a go, bro.
So, man, just enjoying a nice, clear, sunny day outside for a change.
Oh, good stuff, bro.
Yeah, instead of Bill Gates class.
Still
So
a Bill Gates shit. Yeah, fully.
How do you get an LLC for music? In the groove, you know anything about that?
It's basically, well, the easiest way, like if you look at how comedians carry themselves, you brand yourself. Or if you wanted to, you could start your own record label as you, an LLC that, and do and release everything under that brand. So it's basically just creating a brand, whether it's yourself or another entity like a record label. And
That's
then
one of my goals now is the LLC.
yeah, dude, because there's a lot of, you know, tax benefit.
I haven't laid down music. I haven't never had my own equipment. Except when I was younger, I made that tape and I would rhyme with people, but never been to a studio, never attempted to sharpen my craft. But now there's no excuse, you know. Now I don't care that I'm 42. I'm
Well, that's what I
writing
came
more and using this program to make my own music.
Yeah, that's what I came up here to tell you, dude, is I just got my sampler yesterday, but I was I was researching the MPC stuff.
Now you're gonna have fun. You got to get vinyl records,
dude.
Sample, dude.
Already got them.
Woo!
Already got them. So
your
for me,
creativity's endless now.
Yeah, it was the missing link, bro. Like now it's like I should have bought this thing fucking 2-3 years ago, and but for you, bro, like a program is a good start. But I'll tell you, there's a free program you can download that all the MPC users are using. It's called Reaper. Have you ever heard of that?
I think so.
If you learn that program, dude, because this is what my rapper friend locally, he comes over. He's got an MPC and he uses this Reaper program, but you don't even need the MPC, but you could benefit from it. But to learn, I would say you ought to download that program and start learning how to use that motherfucker. You can do everything you need to do in it, bro. Layer your vocals, you can make beats, and that's all you need, bro. You do that, you create some sort of entity. You don't have to go to LLC route, but I like it as an idea for many reasons, especially if you get hemmed up in some kind of copyright dispute or something. You know, LLC protects you, the individual from the work, you know. So that's one good. It's a layer of protection. And yeah, dude, once you get that, if you could figure out that much, then, you know, you could buy a keyboard, drum machine, you add that to it, and then you got your own little sound going. But yeah, if you feeling it, bro, you got to do it, bro. I mean, 3-4 years ago, before I bought all this shit, I'd already done this stuff once before, and I kind of gave up on it because it was too much. I couldn't figure out, and I didn't know anything about the music industry as far as like trying to put songs up myself, and I just felt so lost and behind. I was like, you know, I'm gonna move on to drums and do that, and so that's what I did. But 3 years ago, dude, it was calling me, and I'm glad I'm where I'm at right now, dude.
I remember it was the realist McCoy was up here, or I think I went to his channel. He had a live, and shout out to the realist McCoy. He's been MIA, but he's probably busy with his family. But he had the intro, and I thought it was him doing it live right there, and he's like, yeah, this guy in the groove did it. So I forgot how I found your channel. I think it was because of the realist McCoy.
Yeah,
so I go to your channel and I'm watching one of your videos. I'm like, man, this dude's got fucking creativity alley in there. I mean, a home studio to that size is, I've never seen nothing like it. Not in no one's house. I've seen people with computers and a beat machine and a piano and and once in a while a mixer. That's about it. I've never seen nobody with a mix board. And what's a 48 track mix board? The Rizzo is in one of his rhymes. He says, I got a 48 track mix board.
Yeah, I got 24. Plus the well, now I have more because in my sampler I have a 16 track mixer on that. So, and a couple of my devices I can MIDI sequence, and I got extra channels. But yeah, you don't need all of what I got. I got what I got because these devices have the sounds on them that, and a lot of the songs that I grew up loving. And I'm kind of like a guitarist can be a purist for tone. I'm kind of like that with this electronic music because the computer stuff definitely did not excite me in the beginning. It's a little better now. I'm slowly moving into that to use it. But for me, it was about the purity of the sound and having full control from the source. And so you don't need all this stuff, but it definitely helps. And I can tell you, dude, since I got this sampler yesterday and it's in the mix of everything else I'm doing, it's really filling in what I've been missing. Like now I can add some familiarity. I got some of the sounds and stuff that people are using in not mainstream, but the commercially released songs. So now it's blending in a lot better. So I'm like I said, I'm glad where I'm at right now. And 2024, dude, this is all I got to work with besides gardening, and that's what I'm gonna fucking do, bro.
Peace to Solama.
Also, I got a problem with my eyesight, right? I might have mentioned it a few times, but I'm definitely legally blind. I can't drive and shit, but I finally ordered me some, hopefully a possible remedy for that. I'm waiting on it to come in, but if I can get my eyesight back with all this shit I'm doing, bro, and I'm ready, bro. It's time now, so.
Yeah, I just did a freestyle, but it's not my usual type of rhyme, you know. I just did it. I just let a bunch of ignorance rain out. But I don't care.
It's all good, bro.
What's the problem for your eyesight in the groove?
I'm pretty sure it's cataracts.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't want the surgery. I'm not comfortable with that whole. I don't want them taking something natural out of me and putting a piece of plastic in, especially nowadays.
Shit, you could get fucking a fake eyeball and it could open up like curtains in the motel.
Yeah, I'm not in. Yeah.
You could get built-in sunglasses. Fuck that, right?
Yep. I'm not into that. I think I'd rather be in the position I'm in.
Yeah, I feel like we're still a bloody experiment, so that can only end badly as far as I can see.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah, dude. I'll say if you feeling it right now, bro, you need to go with that, bro. That's my only advice for everything in life. If your fucking heart's calling you to something, bro, fucking pursue that shit. And the universe will take care of you the best it can, I guess, you know. I struggle, but I should be in a lot worse shape and position than I'm in. And the only saving grace I can attribute that to is my fucking intuition was calling me in 2008, 2009. I took a leap of faith. I said, I'm going to trust this shit. I can't trust anything else. I'm going to trust what my own heart, my own gut, intuition is telling me. And so far, it's all right, bro. I can't complain, bro. Too much. Even though I'm negative, you know.
It's all good. Yeah, I know what you mean.
He who enlightened says, try a detox. Dr. CB cured different blindness. He cured a lot of things. He cured AIDS. He cured cancer allegedly and AIDS allegedly, I think. And then he ended up taking a permanent nap. It's fucked up, man. We got to protect people like that.
Yeah, I've taken on board ever since knowing you, Chuck, is that you were one of the first people to enlighten me that diseases were just parasites.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing, right? How simple it is to hear that.
Disease. And when you told me that, it changed my life, Chuck, because I realized that I'm the one who can control what goes in and out of my body, right? And that means that if there's a lot of parasites in my body, that's because I've been eating something that's wrong, or I've been involved in things that cause that kind of stuff, and I need to change. I changed my diet, changed everything, and you know, even when you said that, and I was in Australia. And this guy, this Aboriginal guy, was telling me that if I ate the clay from a termite mound, I could get rid of heavy metals out of my body. I didn't really realise what he was talking to me about. But
I wonder how that works.
I think
what do the termites do?
Bentonite clay, I think it is.
It's bentonite clay, exactly. Yes. In the
Well, there ain't none of that in Connecticut.
You can order some, I think.
You can order it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I get the detox thing. I just haven't found any. I tried some stuff in 2012 based on the radiation stuff after Fukushima. I was real big on that. Zeolite. I did a little bit of that, and that's really when I started cooking. I stopped eating out as much. I still eat out a lot, or I used to, but I started cooking my own foods at home, trying to stick to raw ingredients, and felt great. I quit smoking and everything. I need to quit smoking cigarettes again. Yes, that's definitely linked to cataracts and this and that. So yeah, this is a year, bro. I gotta fucking do something about it, and gotta do something about the income situation. Gotta do something about fucking feeding myself. So one small step, I guess, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They have lots of shit. People be hitting up pantries around here.
Yeah.
Don't get it messed up. Churches ain't donating. They just get the food from people, donate to them, and they hand it out. People be like, oh, churches help. Yeah. They're donating stuff given to them. They didn't buy any of it.
Yeah.
They be fronting. Yeah,
Well,
we'll take it.
And even if they do spend some money, it's all tax write-off. It's all fucking business.
Yeah. That's true. Hey, Dean, I want you to see this video, man. This is mind-blowing. I think the video is skipping. Sega! That's crazy.
You can imagine every fish, every living thing within that vicinity is dead.
Retarded.
Yep. That was my first thought. That's how the fish are dying. It ain't from the plastic. It's them bombing everything out there.
And the plastic, and all the other shit as well.
That's how all them fish wash up dead. I wouldn't doubt it. What's this other video I got? Oh.
What about, I heard a Navy veteran talk about how when he worked on an aircraft carrier, they would have training episodes where they would practice takeoffs and landings of the planes onto the aircraft deck. So, but in order to simulate a real world scenario, the planes have to be fully fueled up to take off, so they know how to navigate a full plane with fuel, the extra weight. And the planes would take off, they'd circle around just a few feet and dump all the fuel into the ocean so they could land with an empty tank, because they had to simulate realism, coming back with an empty and land with a lighter plane. You know what I mean? So they would just take off with fuel, full of fuel, get in the air, circle around, dump it all in the fucking ocean, land the plane, refuel, and keep doing that shit. Training.
Fucking bullshit. Really?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude.
Is that true? Is that right? They just dump fuel in the ocean.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, he's a pretty straight dude. Or I definitely don't think he was lying about that.
Holy.
What do you think about grizzly bears in the woods? Human grizzly bears like this one.
Hey folks, brace yourself for what I consider an extraordinary challenge for any human. A trail camera strategically placed by the police at a crime scene captures an imposing figure reminiscent of Bigfoot's stature. He effortlessly lifts a sizable tree trunk. This impressive feat involves elevating the 12-inch diameter, 25-foot-long log a jaw-dropping 30 feet into the air, followed by a resounding slam. The displayed strength and power exceeds human strength, with the estimated weight of the massive log hitting an impressive 530 pounds. Could this trail camera have captured a genuine Bigfoot in action? Check it out. Hey folks, brace yourself for what I consider an extraordinary challenge for any human.
That's freaky, eh?
The only reason I think it's real is because I showed it yesterday but no one our size could pick a fucking branch up that big and slam it. And if you stop the video, I have a picture of the thing's face. First, I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was a guy in a suit, and then I'm watching it, and I see that big ass fucking tree go up in the air, and I said, nope, that is not knowing our size. This cat picked the whole tree up.
Yeah, I could do with a guy like him to get my firewood.
I got tons of short videos where there's a lot of good gems on YouTube. There's also a lot of garbage. Garbage. This shit is garbage.
Probably more garbage than real stuff, but there is some gems and some gold.
It's just a nice, peaceful day here, bro. It just feels good, bro.
It's raining here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking night skies have been looking fucking weird, though. It's been a weird vibe at night.
Yeah, they've been spraying. They were spraying yesterday. You know what? Come to think of it, I got these 2 videos from yesterday. And, yeah, I just thought, shit, they just sprayed because it started raining last night. So, yeah, I knew it. I thought it was going to snow, though. But,
it's a consistent pattern. You see them spraying, you're getting something in the next 2 days, bro.
Yep.
Even if it's just extreme overcast all day. That's what we've been having.
That's what we've been getting. Extreme overcast.
No rain. Not even enough for the fucking plants, so.
True. I gotta fucking get up and go watering this morning because I was waiting all friggin' day for that cloud to turn into rain, and it never did.
Yep. I did notice today that my blueberry bushes are budding for this year, so I wasn't sure if we was going to have a cold enough winter, you got to have cold chill hours, and I guess we got just enough because they all blooming. So that's good, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome because we're actually harvesting the last of our blueberries at the moment.
Oh yeah.
You know, summer-wise, and we've had some pretty good growth as far as the length of our shoots have got. You know.
Yeah.
But what time of the year do you prune them back?
I think you're supposed to late fall.
So it's like in the autumn.
Yeah.
Just
I
before,
could be wrong
just
on
before
that.
winter.
I
Sorry?
believe so. Either that or very early spring, but don't quote me on that. You have to do your own research because
Yeah, no,
honestly,
I will do that because
yeah,
I have had heard it was early winter.
yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
So I
but
just wanted, I was just asking you because I thought, well, you must have. How long you been growing them in the group?
well, the ones I got here are I planted in 2020, and I don't prune mine, to be honest. I just let them. I let them do what they do. I water them, and that's it.
What, weed?
Blueberries.
Herbal? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to prune them. You don't think that's part of it.
I don't. You might get some extra growth out of them, but I can tell you mine grow pretty fast. I think they say it takes like 8 years for them to get to a mature size, and mine are at least halfway there. Hey, I got to jump off here. I got a phone call. I might be back.
Okay,
All right.
good talking to you, bro. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we planted 3 blueberry bushes last season in this new place, and we've got blueberries on the few that we did get. I don't say they're a big crop, but if they keep producing the way they are, and we increase the size of the bushes, I would say we're going to get reasonable crops just from those 3. Our potatoes have done excellent this year. That's one thing I can say. In fact, I would say, I would hazard a guess to say that our root crops are doing better than our above ground crops. We've had bloody good results with carrots this year. Not so much with parsnips, but I think that was just the ground's too hard. And potatoes, man, we're doing some pretty bloody crops on potatoes. I dug 2 plants the other day, and it fed 10 people. 2 plants fed 10 people. That's bloody good going, I reckon.
It's a good B.
What's good, fellas? How's it going?
Hey, B.
Dean, greetings.
How are ya?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm cleaning off some pennies to put in my little bird bath fountain out front.
Okay, you got some pennies. Real copper ones.
Real copper ones.
Hey, that's interesting. I've got some coins. I've got old pound shillings and pence coins.
Oh,
I've actually got a 50 cent. Well, I don't know. I know what it, no, not 50. 5 bob. I forgot. Yeah, 5 bob.
I hear you.
5
Yeah,
sterling.
no, these are just 1 cent, American 1 cent pennies.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
how big are they around are they?
Maybe I'd say half an inch, maybe 10 millimeters.
Okay, I see. Yep, 10 mil. That's about the size of our 1 cent used to be. That was a copper as well. We even had copper 2 cent pieces, right? We had 1 and 2 coppers.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
before that was pound shillings and pence, and we only had the pence. The pence used to be like a full penny, a half penny, and a farthing, which was like a quarter, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, I think these 1 cent pieces, 1982 and before, I think they're worth 2 or 3 cents now. But you know, they're like 90% copper. I'm cleaning them off with vinegar right now, so I could throw them in there and hopefully kill the mosquito larva.
Do they do that?
Yes.
Ah, you're a beauty. I came for today. I came for today.
Yeah, they keep the water clean because that copper is like a natural. I think it's a natural antibacterial and natural antifungal.
And it works in fresh in water, and like even in stagnant water. Is that the case?
Yes, it helps.
Wow.
Goldfish.
I'm gonna have to do some research on this. Yeah, cool.
Goldfish are the real solution because they'll just eat the mosquito larva and then it'll decrease the overall population. But a copper, and then if you want to continue down that rabbit hole, throwing a coin in the local well, if you can afford to throw a silver in the local well, it actually increases that to where now it makes the water healthy for larger animals like humans.
Wow, that's bloody awesome.
Yeah, it's like a colloidal silver effect.
Thank you, B. Thank you. Awesome.
What if you can crossbreed
I've been wanting to find
orange
out
and a
about it.
grape?
I've been wanting to find out whether colloidal silver can naturalize itself. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of saying it can, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And then in the organic sense, I mean, if you have a gold vein or a silver vein and a natural spring in the same area, you filter it through some limestone, and then they'll call that a holy place or a sacred spring. Yeah. 1965.
This is crazy, bro.
United States currency coins were 90% silver, so you can throw a silver into your fountain or your well.
Yeah, now it's nickel and tin, most of it.
Exactly.
We need to, it would be a good idea to make a video, to get what's that stuff called where they melt metal in a
foundry?
Watch the, a what?
A foundry or a furnace?
Foundry. I don't know.
With a F.
Yeah. Well, either way, can't be that much money when it melts in metal.
I get used bricks. I'll just find bricks around. There's a shipyard with actual fire kiln bricks that were thrown and used as like the shoreline. So I collected up some of those. I piled it up into a little box, packed dirt around the edges, and you can use a blow dryer, or I have this other blower that I got for free. But you use the charcoal briquettes and a stainless steel, like a thick stainless steel cup or something like that, and you just blow the blower on those charcoal briquettes in your little makeshift brick structure, and it'll melt up to copper. It'll melt aluminum. It'll melt copper. Steel, or iron is a little bit. I think it's like 3,000 degrees you have to get to. But yeah, as far as like aluminum, copper, brass, lead, it'll melt it immediately. But yeah, it's just the know-how. There's always a cheap or a free way to do it.
That guy showed the video when he had the solar, what do you call it? The solar, he used the sun with the TV screen. People seen that video. The solar death ray, that's what he called it. He knows alchemy because he's always making like a mold out of sand. So he melted some copper. What did he use? I think it was copper, tin. Yeah, I think he used copper and some tin, and it looked like gold. But you can make fake gold, right?
Copper and tin. I think that's bronze.
Bronze, yes, there you go. That's what he was making, bronze. So yeah, it was copper and tin, and it came out real nice. He did a little Japanese, I forgot what their katana, I think it was.
Ooh.
And yeah, that same channel. Yeah, I like that guy's channel. Just because he knows alchemy, I learned stuff. I didn't know if you mix copper and tin, you get copper and tin, you get bronze.
Yeah, and then so I forget what brass is, but it's similar. It's like copper and something else.
Nickel.
It might be zinc. But yeah, right. You just alchemize these solutions together, and then they make a different metal that's harder than the copper. And back in we don't know the whole Greco-Roman Bronze Age story, because there might have been like a transatlantic economy that didn't involve whatever. Yeah, we'll leave that aside. But they get a lot of copper from certain places. They get the tin from somewhere else, and there was this Bronze Age society. But the way they sell it to us in public school is trash. But what it seems like it was a global economy based on where the resources are located, and they had that golden age. And then Rome turned into a civilization of decaying rust, because iron it's like a cheaper, more basic, crude metal, but to upkeep it just rusts. Whereas brass and like a navy bronze, all you got to do is polish that thing. You dust it, and it'll stay nice forever. But yeah, some of those little experiments would be fun, especially like on a live, because I pour into dollar store muffin tins, and it creates a little muffin shape. And my kids love them. They say, "Oh, it's gold, it's treasure." But yeah, I mean the materials and the technology on how to do it is really basic. If you need it medical grade or whatever, yeah, you got to go into like a laboratory or a closed environment. But for our purposes and for just hobby stuff, yeah, all you got to do is light some stuff on fire, heat it up, and then pour it into. The first time I cast, I just poured it onto a steel shovel, and it made the imprint of that shovel. And if I was thinking of those free energy generators where you hook up a car alternator to an electric motor.
Yeah, I've been looking at that.
Yeah, that's why they don't want no cars from the 80s anymore, because you can power your house also You could do a lot with the older cars. You know, not like don't get an electric car. You can hack that bitch, and they're trash anyway. Fucking electric car.
Yeah, if you don't pay your rent or vote the right way, they'll shut it off. And then if you're really a danger, they'll send it 100 miles an hour into a tree.
Or you don't pay it,
they'll burn the bastard
it'll
for you.
return itself. It'll return itself.
That's right. Or if
You
you have a
did not
warrant,
pay. It'll drive away.
if I saw one where the cell phone and the car notified you that you have a warrant, and the cell phone disclosed your location to the
Wow.
authorities, and the car drives you to the authorities.
Oh no. China, here we come.
That's China's wet dream.
Yeah. And I heard they implemented the point system over there. Ain't no one rising up in China.
Yeah, they had an organic social credit score, not just like an artificial intelligence style social credit score as well. If you're a unclean person, or if you lean too heavy into certain vices, your whole family is affected by that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like masks over there is out of social etiquette and manners. Like if you're out there hacking a lung out and coughing a bunch of particulate everywhere, your parents allowed that? Your grandparents allowed that? Interesting. We aren't going to give you this $1 million contract. But as far as I love old Chevys. I love V8 old Chevys. Unfortunately, we live in a society where too many people have cars on the road and they misuse petroleum. But I commute in a somewhat efficient vehicle. But again, my passion is these big block, iron block, steel cars with certain type of lines and artistic curves in them. But again, with that alternator, if you spin that alternator, the wires coming out produces power. So however you spin it, wind, a water wheel, you can even have like a geothermal if you got a volcano nearby, able to heat up some steam and spin that alternator, and it gives quote unquote free energy, because thermodynamics, nothing's free. But if you have the wind blowing, you're basically not charged for anything, so it'd be free electricity. I think it'd be cool if we had a little experiment on a live, showed this thing to be true. And then after that, if there was enough interest in it, generated a lot of views, we could go into what I was bringing up a different time with Dean, actually making a battery to store that energy. You get the cathode and the anodes. You get your electrolyte acidic solution, and build a battery casing and hook up your terminals and spin that generator and store energy into a battery that you create. And then you prove that it works by unhooking that battery and hooking up a light bulb. And if the light bulb gets lit, that means you generated free energy.
Yeah, there is a ground battery. I used to have the plans for it years ago. I actually think I gave those plans away to somebody who was really... He bought a block of land and he said he was going to put his own battery system in. But I don't think he ever did. I gave him the plans for it anyway. But you can use just a land.
I gotta jump off of here in like 20 minutes. But go ahead, Dean. Sorry, I was just letting everyone know.
That's all good. I mean, I used to think it was living off grid. But I realise now that anything we use that's going to store power, make power, or be a part of the catalyst for making power has to be made. These things are made. You have to actually really, I mean, if you wanted to do the whole process, you just about grab the materials, like raw materials, and pour the cathodes yourself. Like make them, you know.
Right.
Because I mean, essentially, I've seen a guy on some YouTube videos. He's an Indonesian guy, and he smelts steel using natural like a homemade smelter.
Wow.
And he's just getting iron out of the ground. He's just collecting iron sand.
Oh, the black sand? Nice.
Yeah, he's just collecting iron sand and doing it like that. I think, oh, how cool is that? To start off with a raw product and end up with a piece of metal, you know?
Yeah, that's the true knowledge.
That to me, yes, be what it is. It is. It's the true knowledge.
Because otherwise, you're just photocopying a photocopy, and they call that hearsay.
Yeah, fully.
But
But
yeah,
how many people do we know? You know, I mean, I can see that you're interested in doing it, and I know that I could have a go. And I know there'd be a lot of people who could do it, but that it still wouldn't be. I suppose it's basically comes down to the type of person you are and whether you could start from scratch, you know?
If you're connected to the root and not grafted.
And not grafted, there you go.
Because they're lost. And for a graft to send down new roots, well, you know about that. It could happen. It could happen. That is a possibility, but the chances are low.
Yes.
There's a higher chance of the root stock taking over the graft.
Oh, yep. I've already had one experience like that already with one of my grafts this year.
Yeah,
you guys
I have similar.
I
got a couple plum trees that are trying to pop up some new shoots.
Right. Yeah, I've got a bloody plum tree I want to graft next season, this winter. We grow all our rootstock from seed, right?
Wow.
Apples, pears, plums, nectarines, apricots, peaches, all from seed. And then we go and find a producing plant tree. And last year I took last spring I took what is it? This golden delicious apple, and put it on our rootstock apple. And if I had left the flowers, they would have set. But I didn't want to, because I didn't want the bloody graft to be taxed, right?
Right. Yeah, let it get strong. That's the better. That's the.
Yeah.
It's a give and take.
Fully.
Give and take.
But I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased, B, because it actually took really well. And the flowers and the growth on the tree this year, just one season, I am very, very pleased. Right.
Excellent. Yeah, I always cut fruit the first year. I always pinch fruit buds the first year and let the main plant do its thing.
Yeah, I should have done that with our blueberries, actually. I think we've probably taxed our blueberries a bit hard by letting them fruit in their first season being planted. I think that might have been a bit much. It's really experimental when you haven't grown blueberries before. But they
What's
did
good,
have, yes,
Naga?
they did have fruit.
Salute to you,
They
Naga.
did have fruit when we got them, but so they're already fruiting. But I when I plant trees, I like to let them. I really do. I should have let them get a full year of established root system before you start taxing them for their
Yeah.
fruit.
My experience with blueberries is the natural blueberry patches are always doing better than my blueberries.
The natural ones.
Yeah. I think it's because of I mean this is million years in the making with the soil and how everything breaks down and how they find the place where they want to be. It also comes with a threat of bears.
You talking
in the
about
area.
wild blueberries you have? Wild, like they're not already there?
Yeah, wild blueberries.
Do the blueberry seeds germinate better after they've been through a bear's stomach?
I don't really know, but I have a couple wild blueberry patches, and there's actually another one that a local band told me about their secret blueberry patch behind this secret fishing hole, and I want to go check that one out. But all of it looks like they're naturally, they're naturally germinated, either
Right.
through birds or the bears, because the bears in that area they look different. Versus the ones that eat on the manzanitas and the acorns.
Okay. So the actual blueberry bear health is better, yeah?
They look different. They're more of like they're more a bluish purple hue, where the bears on the other side of the highway are more of like a blackish brown hue.
Right.
And
Wow. So it actually comes through in their fur.
yeah, there's always some raggedy looking ones, and then some ones where you could tell they're very glossy and bulky and meaty looking. But yeah, it's an obvious difference that I've seen.
Do you guys know that? Salute to the chat and the panel. Do you guys know that all these fruits that we're talking about is genetically modified?
Most of them, yes.
No, because
I
these
think they
fruits,
all are. I think they're all modified, even the seed, because it starts with the seed. Yeah, it's a good conversation.
right? Because these fruits only grow in tropical areas, and for them to able to grow where they are here, they have to be modified. All of them.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah. How are you, Naga?
Salute, bro. Salute B and Charles. Much love.
Yep, salute and love to you, man. Yeah, so a lot of the human selected plants and fruits, yeah, they're all either genetically modified or selectively bred. But some of the older, like the older heritage varieties, I'm actually trying to research a lot into, like the ancient stuff. That's where a lot of like the more healthy and the more nutritious, substances are. They produce, well, since we evolved side by side, what we benefit them and they benefit us. But this new stuff is mainly just sugar. What's the sugar content and what's the taste?
Yeah, but this is the reason why we so we so much more compliance, because we are what we eat. So we being selected, to comply with what's going on around us, instead of like with the natural ecosystem, because everything is being modified, and also we being compromised. So that's I guess that's the benefits right there. The benefit is for the so-called creators, right? For the so-called conceivers.
Definitely.
Right?
So a lot of the carbohydrate is like a psychoactive chemical. A lot of the sugars release those endorphins, whereas vitamins and minerals contribute to the physical body process and living, as opposed to just being in your head and getting fat and maturing faster so you can reproduce faster and also die faster.
Yeah, you got it right there. That's the goal. The goal is the faster. Then it would never the people never live long enough, to make a change, because they always going through changes. You see?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get more into heritage strains and local foods, the ancient foods.
But that's the thing. If you want to understand the reason why we dying so fast, but the people in power still in power, is because they don't eat things that come from this land. This is why they in war with the tropical countries. You see, because they use the resources from the tropical countries for themselves. Why they feeding us the modified version. You see, so they live longer to manage us. You see, instead of us living long enough to manage ourselves. That's the power trip. So the only way, the best way is to get your fruit from a tropical land, you know. And unfortunately, only in Central America we have some, or what they call the Caribbean. This is where they say the so-called Mediterranean line is, or what they call it again.
The equator?
The equator. You know, that's the only part of of the whole continent that able to have uh the sun, all year round. This is why.
Ecuador. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this is why these countries, or these islands, considered as third world countries or islands, because they're feeding of these islands. You see, in order to build what we have here, to build the land of of milk and honey. So they get the millionaires, they get their stuff from the Caribbeans. While the
Yeah,
Caribbeans.
well, I mean, like New Zealand's a subtropical country, Naga.
Say that again.
It's not a tropical country in that it gets sun all year round. It does get sun all year round. All countries do, unless it's Antarctica. But it's just the amount of sun. We get we're slightly, several hundred miles lower than outside of the equator. So
Well, exactly. That's what I'm kind of talking about. Yeah, we still have the sun, but when you come to the Caribbean, when you go to Africa, they don't go through winter. I mean, they
Is New
label them as
Zealand
that. Go
close
ahead.
to South Africa?
nah, no,
No.
no.
That's in Europe, right?
We're closest to any land. We're closest to Australia.
Yeah, that's in Europe.
And when I lived in Darwin, Darwin is the top of Australia. That's a very tropical area compared to, say, Melbourne, which is subtropical, right?
Right, but you can see these areas, they're isolated from the main areas. Like Australia is damn near its own, continent, its own bubble,
It
right?
is. Yeah.
And the Caribbean is damn near its own bubble, right? This is why they call it that it is separated. Is the Americas and the Caribbean, even though the Caribbean is a part of America. But because of the way it equate, like we're talking about, we don't go. The Caribbeans in Australia don't go to. They don't have winter, like meaning that they don't go through a cold, period of time.
Yeah, and Darwin's like that. I mean, Darwin has a cold time. The coldest it probably gets is about 7 degrees, right? Celsius.
Hey, Naga,
Yeah.
these elites, especially the European elites, have been doing exactly what you're saying for hundreds of years. They send out ships to local tribes with a genetic variant of plant. They trade sometimes smallpox blankets, but they trade glass. They trade metal arrowheads for that genetic variety. They need a whole shipload so they can maintain the strain.
For
And they've
sure.
been
They
they've
even
been
give them
sniping.
food.
Yep, they've been sniping these things and bringing them back to their crystal palaces and growing them indoors for themselves. You're exactly right.
Yeah, for sure. Even they even convince these people not to eat their own food. So these people growing the food that on the land, they're not even eating it like that. They trading it. They rather buy things from over here because they've been, indoctrinated to think that, man, this is the best food for us. The chicken over here is better. The rice, everything is better. But in reality, what they're growing is better. That's what they should be eating.
So that
But
tactic that tactic is for genocide to take over their land.
yeah, it's warfare. So that's how they've been able to survive, like I said, long enough to keep making the changes that they want instead of the people live long enough to make the changes that they should be making, according to the environment and the ecosystem. So it's always a power trip, and a balance in humanity, an imbalance in humanity. So it's been going on for, like you said, for a long time. In fact, it's been going on since the beginning of time because time doesn't have a beginning. Time is a cycle. So since we split time, right, and create a linear, we make time linears, right? Then there was a beginning, and in that same beginning, that's how it's been, shit been going since then.
Yeah, from
And
my
now we
research,
coming.
they say Australia used to be like a garden. It was set up to where each family or each tribe had a grid square, and the whole area was just full of food, and it was more like a garden. And then they started delivering the sick and the criminals there, and it changed. But
Well,
this is all post-flood. Pre-flood, I heard the whole world was treated like a garden, and it was one economy, one tribe, basically.
that's what I was about to say. It is not limited to only Australia. It's the whole world. But in order to make the changes that they wanted, so the whole world couldn't be the garden no more. You see? Because like I said, because we go into that cold, to what we call the ice age, since the beginning of the or the introduction of the ice age, then it it wasn't a garden no more. You know what I'm saying? So only certain part, what I'm saying, considered to be like the garden.
And they said, don't trust the man from the snow that eats flesh. But that's, again, post-flood. Before that, when everything was a garden, we were all one people. But when whatever happened, volcanic eruption, weird ash cloud in the sky, maybe a solar flare, it separated all the people into multiple peoples. They split. What is it? They speak in tongues now. They don't think they're the. When I call you my brother, you might have a different word from where you come from. You know what I mean? And from what if we were more ignorant, maybe that would seem like a hostility. Maybe I wave and raise my hand, and other cultures think that he's a dangerous person. But once we now come back together, we have these technologies. We're able to reach each other and reconnect. now we're finding out we're all one people. This is, this is one life, one love.
Well, you could see, right? All the tropicals people, they kind of speak one land. For example, I'm not even going into Australia, but I'm gonna take it from Africa to the Caribbean. When we see each other, one might say, "Hey, what's up, my brother?" My brethren, or one might say, "Hey, what's up, my brother?" My brother. It's just a different dialect we speak, but we still speak the same language. It's only the people that take on the custom and the language of the other people that came here, that have a different, word for calling each other, for calling themselves brother. Like when you go to Europe, when you go to all these different languages, but the English, we still saying brother. We saying brother. When you go, like I said, to the Caribbean, they might say brother, with a different accent, like the Jamaicans say, "What's up, me brother?" When you go to Africa,
That's all
it's the same
English,
thing.
though.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same language, but different dialect. It's
What I'm
only
making reference to is some people speak the dialect of the jaguar. Some people speak the dialect of the northern trees.
well, all these things is not. I don't know. I think all these things are what they call like telepathy. Because the trees don't really talk, don't have a dialect. In order to communicate with the tree, you have to be some mental thing. In order to communicate with the waters, with the rivers, it have to be some mental thing. Language is a human being thing. You know. I don't know if I'm lost, in what you're trying to say on with the dialect of the trees or certain things, but
Yeah,
yeah.
so we would learn from those life forms, and then we can't copy their language 100%. So it's a dialect now of that, and maybe there's a mix in like the rainforest or in the desert. You have different types of life, and then it all comes together and manifests through us. And again, yeah, we turn that into the technology of language. But the different tribes that organically generate those languages from the area, those are completely separate things, and they might be conflicting in a basic sense, and it would have to be refined in order to get along with other places
Look,
on our existence.
look at the fruits in the Philippines. I mean, I was watching this guy. I've never seen fruits like that. All types of stuff that I've never seen. At least 7, 8, 9, 10 different fruits that I would have never known if we didn't have internet.
Yeah, there's a lot of fruits that I know in Haiti. I don't really know their names, but I will eat them when I go see my grandfather. But I haven't seen these fruits here in America. If I see these fruits here in America, it's either I go to like a Chinese market or a Caribbean market, because these people imported, their goods from their land. That's the only way you will find them here in America. But you can't go to Walmart and find them. You can't go to these, corporate market and find these fruits. So I
Yeah, it's
definitely
not
agree.
profitable. Those places, they sell life for money. What we're talking about is trading the money for the life.
But I would say one thing though, when we talk about the jungle of greed, you know, things is not as we think it should be. Like it's not one thing. The jungle or the wild is very diverse. It's not divided, but it's very diverse. So there is a difference between diversity and division. See, division come with boundaries, but diversity come with respect. You see, so all these animals, they respect each other, and if they don't, it's going to cause them with their life.
I really like the way you put that. I'm gonna start bringing that into the office, because right, without respect, it's just division, not diversity. I really like that.
Yeah.
And then, to build on that, what is it? Inclusion? Inclusion is you piece everything together with that one love, and it becomes one. Now everything is included. We have a diverse, you know what I'm saying? We got diverse parts. And if we paste that together, what do they say? That if you use the glue of God, or, you know, use the glue of Jesus, or, you know, all that, they use that phrase. But yeah, if you use love to put all that diversity together, now it's an inclusion.
Yeah, but
Integrated.
I think it's already together. Diversity is already, you know, one thing. You know, it is different thing. Is diver and city. You know, that come together. That create is three words. You know, that's creating one word. You know, which is that Trinity. You know, so diversity is already a one thing. You know what I'm saying? By make it one thing when it's already one thing is to create is confusion, is putting everything in one basket when everything already in one basket, so it's become a melting pot now. You see, everybody
Yes.
is dripping on each other, or everybody is tripping on each other. Man, you tripping? Oh nah, I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Because there is no respect. We're not respecting each other, you know, environment, or we're not respecting each other territory or environment, like I'm saying it, you know, or ecosystem, you know, because a lion, you know, don't is not don't have the same ecosystem as the jaguar. You know what I'm saying?
Completely. Yep.
But they both cats, you know, considered as, you know, to be cats, you know. So I think it's all about respecting each other ecosystem, you know, instead of forcing, you know, one to adapt to outside of his of he or her environment. You know how they say in this society today, they say, man, you gotta get out of your comfort zone, man. You have to be able to adapt. You know, that's the mentality that got us tripping on each other, or tripping on and on anything, over anything and everything.
Yep. And two heads and more is definitely better than one. And I'm really liking and I'm appreciating these different perspectives on the topic. So then I have more ways of describing it to people and spreading that light. That's what's up.
Yeah, like we're talking about, you know, the more and more you start to letting go the copies, or the more and more that you learn from the copies, you know, which is the information and the knowledge, is the more and more you have the ability to have your own story, you know, which is your own conception, you know. But a lot of time, like I always say, we like to hold on to these stories, you know, hold on to this information and knowledge as if they're ours, when in reality they are somebody's story. So the lie and the truth is the lie and the truth is all truth. You know, the copy is true, is a true copy, you know, the of the truth. So it is true. You know what I'm saying? It's just not our truth. It's not my truth, it's somebody else's truth. So it's only a lie to me because I'm telling somebody else's story or information. I need to tell my information that's going to be true to me. And it might be, you know, a lie to that person, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately it's true. You know what I'm saying? It's my story. And only me can tell it the way I'm telling it. You know what I'm saying? You can only relate to it maybe because you've been through the same thing. You know, you've been through the same experience. So we have the same wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta jump off, guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
It's all good, Chuck. I'm over here burning the candle at two ends. I really need to jump off too, but this shit was too fire, man. I seen Dean and In the Groove chopping it up, and then Naga hops on, and man, this shit quick and hard, man. Fast and hard, man. That's all good. But yeah, hey, salute to y'all. Much love. Dean, it was good to hear from you, even though it was a short time, man. I appreciate the time.
Salute to the
Thanks
general,
very
man.
much, too. I appreciate the time as well.
Yeah, big love to y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going
salute
to
to the
do a little
general,
bit of
man.
research into this, into these metals and how they affect water. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always loved, man. Appreciate you,
Yeah.
Charles, man, as always. And salute again to the general and B, for this this great build, this loving build. Appreciate all of y'all.
I might go live later. I just got to do a few things, and then maybe, if not, definitely in the morning.
Yeah, respect, Chuck. All right. See you later, fellas. Peace.
All right, B.
Have a good day, guys.
Yeah, it was a good build. Appreciate Naga, Dean, and B. Dominic's
Cheers.
going in.
We appreciate you too, Chuck. Thank you very much. You know, because without you, we wouldn't be here to talk it up like we do. So, you know, big shout out to you, bro. It's your platform, and it's your and you putting up your time. You know, we appreciate that, Chuck. Thank you very much.
I know everyone appreciates it. And I appreciate everybody. And much love to the chat. And peace out, everyone. Thank you, Dean. Peace.
Thank you, guys.